water fast and you don't cry at all, not one time, you just might be a sociopath. And that's not okay. I mean, it is okay if that's your truth and that's your reality. Awareness is key, you know, as long as you're not going around messing up other people's lives. Y'all, welcome to Catching the Sun. My name is Keisha Soleil, and I'm so grateful to have you here. Whether this is your first time or if you are a returning follower and subscriber, yo, welcome back. Welcome. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you're considering doing an extended water fast, and you maybe want to know what you're getting yourself into. Well, I completed a 30-day water fast as well as 2 weeks. I've done 3 days a lot. I just like fasting. Right now I'm currently intermediate fasting and sometimes water fasting between. But in this video, I'm going to give you a few tips and a few things that I wish I would have known before taking on my first extended water fast. If you like what you're hearing so far, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn your notifications on. Either way, you should do it because I drop pretty good content. 3 things I wish I knew before water fasting. Dump, dump, dump. Could have been better. Dump, dump. That could have been better. Whatever. That's not what we're here. The first thing that I want you to know is water fasting will not save you from struggling with your weight. Okay, so a lot of people turn to water fasting because they want to lose weight quickly. And it is a quick way to lose weight. But people often neglect what the full process of water fasting consists of. Water fasting is a detox. It completely gives your body time to rest, to rejuvenate, and to heal. But in the process, it's also allowing toxins and excess baggage, mentally, spiritually, and emotional baggage to come up. I gotta get my little to come up. And so if you are a person who has always tried to lose weight, always struggled with it, always kind of had a skewed sense of view on yourself and your body, and you go to water fasting to simply just help you lose weight without understanding the emotional effects that it's going to have on you, without understanding the mental effects that it's going to have on you, it can become something that is toxic. You know, it can become a quick fix to a problem that has way deeper roots. So if you are looking to water fast simply to use weight, you know, if you're here because you're like just going to do a 3-day water fast, cool, I get you. But even still, when you're fasting, you know what? Let's talk about fasting. What is fasting? So historically, throughout time, fasting has been used, you know, unless you're talking about people starving people because they're torturing them. Fasting has always been a spiritual practice. You know, it's something that it gives a person time to silence their body and to silence their mind in order to have a deeper connection with source and with yourself. And so it's a time for you to go within. It's a time for you to really undo a lot of what's been done to you mentally, physically, and emotionally. And it's easiest to just look at the physical aspects of it, with that being weight loss, because it gives you instant results. But you have to think about what it's like to just shift who you are overnight without actually doing the work in order to allow that process to sustain. So if you're a person who struggles with weight, and if you're a person who struggles with emotional eating, fasting is going to rock your world. So you have to be really willing to indulge in the process, not just for vain reasons. And I'm a person who lost 65 pounds. I didn't lose 65 pounds fasting. I lost some of the later pounds fasting, but I know what it's like to go through a transformative process and really shift your body. And I don't think fasting is a fix-it to the mental and emotional parts that come with struggling with being overweight and struggling with having body issues, you know? So yes, fasting, it's not going to save you. You know, fasting is not going to save you. It's not. Let me repeat that. It's not going to save you. Rest. Period. I know if you're watching this and you're fasting right now, you're probably like, I'm so tired. I'm so fatigued. My energy is just so And even thinking about what's happened in the world recently with everybody being on lockdown and in quarantine, or even what it means to just live in a capitalistic society, you're never taught that rest is okay. And so when you're committing to doing an extended water fast, you have to give yourself permission to rest. You have to put yourself in a position, in an environment where you will be able to rest and to give your body that time to slow down. I'm not telling you that you have to stop working, or if you have children, you have to completely ignore them, but you do have to take in extra steps to put in that self-care that you need, because your body is going through such a strenuous process, even though it's such a healing process. So you have to be willing to rest. You have to be willing to surrender to rest, because you have to understand that resting is a part of the process. That is where a lot of the work is being done, with your cells regenerating, with your stomach and your digestive system healing. It all comes from rest and water, thus the water fast. So when you're taking on an extended water fast, allow yourself to surrender to rest. And while you're doing that, allow yourself to understand how in your everyday life, when you're not fasting, how do you deny yourself the time to rest and to be still? Let me know in the comments. Is that something that's occurred to you? Like, have you noticed how much, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, have you noticed how much when a person is sitting, just being easy, just being chill, somebody's always coming around like, what you doing? Well, what you about to do? Well, where you going? Well, why you ain't doing nothing? And it's like we feel this pressure, like I just need to busy myself. I just need to keep going. I just need to keep doing. I just need to find more things to be productive with. That's not the thing to do if you're going to do a water fast, okay? When I did my water fast, I was working as a nanny. I'm an entrepreneur, so I had a few little hustles, but I slowed down with some of my hustles. I spent a lot of time with the child that I was nannying, and I just created and worked on myself and cried because I needed the space. Even if it's just to give yourself space to allow yourself to be in a place that supports rest so that you can be vulnerable. Because if you're in a charged, energetic space and having those type of interactions all the time, it's not really going to give you what you need in order to really allow what's needed to come up. Which leads me to my third tip. This is a game changer. No, really. Okay, that was too long of a pause. You will not be the same after this experience. You will not be the same after this experience. Why? Because water fasting is a spiritual practice. Mind blown. I know. Let me repeat that. Water fasting is a spiritual practice, and you will not be the same after. Most people find water fasting because of vanity and because of the ease that it seems like they're bringing into their life to help them with something that they've been struggling with, but it's a spiritual practice. It is a ritual. When you are water fasting, you are literally ridding yourself. You are releasing all that no longer serves you in order to make space for what needs to be within you and outside of you. It's a deep process. So when you are committing to doing a water fast, my challenge to you is to allow yourself to also commit to the spiritual and emotional component of what it means to water fast. You will not be the same afterwards. And if you step into your world as if you are the same, then you're going to miss out on such a deep shift that can take place in your life. Use water fasting as a time to face yourself, as a time to allow yourself to get to know your emotional body in an intimate way. You've heard about people getting angry. When people get hangry, it's like, I'm hungry, so I need to eat or else I'm going to have an attitude. That's essentially what water fasting is when you're not tapped in to meditating, when you're not tapped into journaling, when you're not tapped into actually letting yourself cry. If you water fast and you don't cry at all, not one time, you just might be a sociopath. And that's not okay. I mean, it is okay if that's your truth and that's your reality, awareness is key, you know, as long as you're not going around messing up other people's lives. But the point is, if you don't allow yourself to engage and at least accept that even though I may be doing this because I want to change my body, I still have to acknowledge that I'm doing this because I want to invite discipline into my life. I want to invite deeper connection to my spirit into my life. I want to invite deeper connection to my truth into my life. I want to invite deeper connection to who I am underneath the trauma, underneath the toxins, underneath the habits and the beliefs that you thought you needed, that you thought served you. Water fasting is a spiritual practice. Water fasting is a spiritual practice. It is not just a detox on the body. It does not just heal your body. It can heal your heart. It can heal your mind. It can heal your spirit if you let it. If you allow yourself to be open to that. If you allow yourself to surrender to that. It's not a joke. It's not a game, y'all. You know, before I started my fast, I knew that it was going to be a deep process, but there was still a part of me that wanted to fight that, and I didn't want to completely surrender over to that. Instead, I wanted to like daydream about food and, you know, just distract myself with all types of things instead of really giving myself the time to feed my spirit. When you are not eating, it gives you the space to feed your spirit, to feed your heart. You know? So while you're on this journey, remember that. Remember that, yes, you are going to look and feel so much better afterwards. But if you don't do the work to shift yourself on the inside, to shift yourself spiritually, you looking and feeling good will only last so long. And that's real, you know? I don't want to make this video too long. I'm already a little over what I was saying. If you like this video, if you have any comments, you know, leave them so we can engage in this conversation, because I'm really passionate about fasting and I'm really passionate about people breaking themselves open and allowing what's new to come forward, the new growth to emerge, you know? So if you like this video, if you want to hear more tips, if you want to hear more insight into not only just fasting, but into the spiritual aspect of life, into what it means to really face yourself, to what it really means to transcend your ego and to live beyond your trauma, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, you know, tell a friend, share it so that YouTube can know that you like it, girl, you know. But no, for real, that's it, y'all. Again, thank you. This is Catching the Sun. I'm Keisha Soleil, and we out. Also, you got this. Keep fasting. Don't give up. Push through. You can do it. It's all mental.